request data from Ryan, and we'll just put request data, and you see this drawer open. And so this is the title, your status. You can change details. It's configurable as well. You can add your templates that you set up earlier, so you can have an engagement letter template that you can use. We're going to allow multiple templates, so you could have different templates for different clients. The personal questionnaire is something that is built off of their previous tax return. So it would only, we know the documents that they had last year, so we're only going to ask for those documents this year. And then a checklist. So I'm going to select those, add it to the request. Here's a preview of the email that I'm going to send out with the organizer request. You can have it sent now or later. I'm going to send it now. And what just happened is your client received an email saying that your firm is ready to start requesting data from you. So they're taken to this portal, and it's specific for them. And we're working on allowing you to brand it to your firm. So they can log in here. If they have an account with Intuit, they can just log in. If they don't, they just have to answer a few simple questions to get set up. They're going to sign in. They're going to see that there's an engagement letter, some questions, and documents that I need to provide. So you can see this is how the documents would look. It's based on, like I said, last year, so they can easily go through one by one and answer these questions. And then for the documents, there's 3 ways that they can give us the data. They could direct connect to the financial institution. They can upload it, and so scan it and then upload it. And if they're on their phone, they would see this phone icon at the bottom highlighted, and they could take a picture. And once all that information is requested, it'll come back, and I want to show you what you can do next. I'm just going to go into this briefly because we're going to go into this more in our January session. So I see the data has been provided. I'm going to come in here and start reviewing the data. And this is an example of a 1099 int that was taken by a phone. And it's going to go to the taxpayer. And then I see it's been import. Before I import, we give you the control to make sure that it's what it needs to be. And we have seen a great accuracy. It's over 98%, but our goal is 100%. I got a couple of 1099 MISC. I know this customer has a couple of Schedule Cs. I'm going to put it there, put it on Magnolia, and just like that, all those documents, everything's in the return. And when you go back into the tax return, this is ProConnect Tax, anything that's been imported will always remain highlighted green, so you know if it's data that you've requested or not, that you've input directly or that's been imported. So that's essentially it. I just showed you it's our request tool. If you've used ProConnect Tax in the past, that whole process that I showed you was a separate product. We had an accountant product for requesting documents. We've now moved it into the tax product itself. That way, while you're working on a return, if you need to request some more information, you can do it directly from the drawer that pops out. It keeps you within the tax product, and you're not going to have to jump back and forth between multiple products. So any questions?
Thanks, Brady. Appreciate that. Can everybody hear me this time? I had a little technical issues here. Everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Brady, you went through that last little screen selection really quick. Could you go through that and narrate that pick again, just so, because I noticed that was really fast.
Sure. Sorry, I was looking at the time. Yeah, thanks. All right, so this is an example of Kate Banks that I requested these documents. And so she's provided these documents through the portal. And so now what I can do is see these documents that were provided. We'll indicate where this needs to go. We're making this smarter in the future where we'll match it automatically, but you're going to tell us that it's for the taxpayer. And what just happened here is we scanned it off the form, and we put it into the right-hand side of the screen. And this is kind of a way for you to check it before it goes into the return. So you can look at the left side of the document, and then you can see what we scanned off the form. And that's basically what I just did on that one. You can do on every document. So we'll scan the document, we'll get the information off. So this is an example of a 1099 MISC that this customer provided via actually an upload. And so I'm going to tell it to go to this Schedule C. So it's directing it where it needs to go within the return. And again, what we just did is we read the document, we scanned it off, we put it into the this little area for you to review. You approve it. You go to the next document. Again, this is another 1099 MISC that was provided. We know it goes to this company, this Schedule C. And then what just happened basically is those 3 source documents that were provided by your customer have now been input into the tax return. And when you go into the tax return, you can see all the information.
Okay, thanks, Brady. I think that was helpful because if I can't keep up, I'm sure there's probably some others that probably weren't either.
No,
so what happens if people accidentally submit duplicate forms?
You can remove one, and it would take it off of out of the return as well. So you can pick which one is the correct one, and you can manage which one should go in the tax return.
So if you have it scanned, is it? I mean, okay. So maybe just talk about that scanning process real briefly on, okay, they're uploading those, the email. Do they come? How does this communication happen through the QBO email? Just kind of cover that whole umbrella kind of really quick if you could.
Yeah. So what essentially happens is I send a request, and they get it. Your customer gets an email, and they go into the portal that I showed earlier. So they'll have their own portal for your customer that they would log into, and then they can provide the documents through that portal. So they could do it either by scanning it and uploading it, or taking a mobile capture, or giving you the direct connect to that financial institution. So this is their portal basically, and this is how they provide the documents. And as they're providing this information, you're going to be notified that they provided some documents or some questions, and you'll see the progress. And then you can go into ProConnect Tax Online and see those documents that they provided.
Okay, thanks, Brady.